I have a lot of footage that's on my security system and on my cameras. And so I've been looking back, and here's a clip from a previous incident where this stalker is trying to stop me from getting answers. And I don't know what kind of stunt they're trying to pull now, but they're taking things way too far. And somebody obviously has watched videos on this channel and they saw these alien encounters that I was doing commentaries on, and the thing going on at Bayside Marketplace Mall and all that chaos that I was investigating and looking into with my software to get a closer look at what was going on in the air and what was going on in the community, because people saw aliens, and I feel like people did not like me sharing that content, which led to me not only having these stalkers who were harassing me, but losing my job because of what you see right here. There's going to be a lot of footage, if you want to see it here, of things that were happening. The stalker situation. It's like somebody is trying to stop me from pursuing whatever is out there, and I want answers, and someone's trying to stop me from getting those answers, or they're trying to protect something out there. There's so many things that I'm bringing to this channel, and footage of actual events that you guys get to witness here. So remember, sometimes when other people are involved and they're not covered up in or whatever hides their identity, then of course you have to blur someone out. You share some of that on YouTube, but you're careful about what you say, because some things just lead to too much information, too much stuff. But anyway, I thought I would bring that to your attention when it comes to YouTube content creation. So when someone's trying to discourage me from pushing myself harder to succeed, or someone's trying to stop me from finding answers, I just push myself harder, and I do it over and over until they learn that I'm not giving up. Looks like something's different here. I decided to take out the gray, make it a little darker, because I got a job hunt. You know, I've got to find another job, because sharing alien footage or supposed alien footage from Bayside Marketplace Mall leads to me losing my job. So maybe this looks better. If not, I'll just shave it all off. But yeah. But here's footage of me taking a trip way down south, because I had a message in my email about a place that supposedly had a UFO landing. So I'm all over the place. If I'm not way up north, I'm in Georgia. If I'm not in Georgia, who knows where I am. I'm just all over the place right now, but here it is. I'm on a mission. Going through here. On a road trip further south. Decided to cross the state lines into Florida once again. I just had to get away from the house, especially after losing my job because of sharing videos about aliens at Bayside Marketplace Mall, and I better say supposed. I figured saying supposed would have helped save me from getting fired from my job. I figured, you know, I'm not saying there's aliens if I don't have any proof. Let me know what you think about that whole situation. Do you think that's discrimination because I lose my job over sharing YouTube videos about me examining some of this supposed alien footage? You know, the footage of the speculation of aliens? You know, I'm just curious, just like everybody else is, and I wanted to find answers, and I don't think it's right for someone to hold back employment from me just because I'm trying to find answers of what's going on at Bayside Marketplace Mall. I mean, there are things happening, alien stories all over the news. Why would they not want to look into that? I mean, I'm intrigued. I want to know what's going on, but yet they got to take my employment away before I even had a chance to start my first day on a job that was supposed to pay really good too, doing electrical work. So let me know what you think. Is that discrimination or what? In the meantime, I heard in this general area, people had saw a UFO. And so I decided I'm gonna come out here and see if there's any evidence of anything like that, you know? see if there's any markings on the ground, see if there's anything that would lead me to believe that there could be something big like at Miami Mall, you know, or at least supposedly at Miami Mall. So I was led to this spot here. Now, I can't believe every single comment that I get, but somebody told me to come here. They mapped it out. I'm like, okay, well, I'll check it out. UFO sightings. So here I am. And the funny thing is, I've been around here before. So that makes me wonder. It's a little sus now. It's a little sus that I've been referred to look around here. What am I gonna find? I don't know. Am I gonna see markings on the ground? Maybe some crop markings, you know, like you find in a cornfield or something? Like, what am I looking for? That's what I don't know. I have no idea what I'm looking. I'm like in the woods, tells me I have to go another quarter mile. I have no idea what I'm looking for other than what I would think being some kind of object in the sky. But I mean, that if that come and gone, it's not like it's gonna just be here waiting for me. So here I am. Things I do just to get my mind off of stressful things. But hey, it's better than being home and unemployed. You know, really sucks when you lose your job because you share your opinions on something that's trending all over social media. I guess because it has to do with aliens. Maybe somebody's trying to hush me up, or maybe someone just thinks I'm crazy. And I don't think people are crazy if they believe in aliens or ghosts or whatever. I mean, there's no way that we're the only ones out here. There's just no way. So let me see what's down here. I'm getting there. I had to shut this off and just take another look at my map and just make sure. Oh boy. I hope this isn't like somebody trolling me and, you know, making me go all the way out here for nothing. You know what I mean? What if that's like the case? What if I'm all the way out here and I find nothing? And I feel like I've just been trolled. Oh, we just sent you on a alien hunt for no reason at all. Well, we'll see about this. There's got to be something. I guess I'll just have to look for something that looks out of the ordinary. Something that doesn't look in place. Something that looks off. Imagine if it's like an Area 51 back here. Imagine if I end up some kind of place like that. This road takes me there. That'd be crazy. I wouldn't doubt it though. Somebody trying to set me up. Not sure. Really don't see anything yet. Just gonna keep on going and see what I come across. Looks like a sidewalk. There's literally like a piece of a sidewalk here. A sidewalk with nothing. Like, was there a house here? Could there have been a house over here or something? I wonder. This is pretty much where I'm supposed to be. I don't know. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. I don't know. I'm just gonna wait around. If I see anything unusual, I'll record it. All right, I heard something back here. I don't know, it just sounded weird. Unless there's like strange animals out here. I have no idea. I think somebody's just putting me on an alien hunt, and there is nothing here. I feel like somebody's just, I don't know. I looked into it before I came out here, and I've heard about a UFO sighting not too far from here, but it wasn't exactly here. But since I heard about a story like that in this general area, I figured whatever somebody sends me a message telling me coordinates and an address to where there was the UFO sighting and it looked like something landed, hey, you know, I want to go see for myself what's going on. But if somebody's trolling me, hey, you know what? You're not wasting my time. At least I'm getting out of the house. Plus, I can go visit one of my good friends and make something out of this whole trip. It's not the end of the world. At least not yet. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep walking. Every time I'm walking, I keep hearing. It sounds like somebody's walking behind me. It's like I keep hearing like footsteps back there. Now, what if this person who was following me in a black truck, what if they're like setting me up for something? Well, if they come out, they're gonna be sorry. Because I pack a mean punch. Well, we'll see what happens. Somebody's dumb enough. I gotta keep walking. Lily pads, frogs, all kinds of creatures out here. Beautiful day. It's in the 70s. Well, seems I have been traveling all over the place lately. Right now it is Saturday, February 17th, 2024. I did go up north. I'm sure you guys are very familiar with where I was. It's a complicated situation, and I'll get into that in another video. You probably got questions of what's going on. But other than that, then I went down into Florida, so I went very far south. And recently, you know, I ended up getting another job after I was looking for work because I got fired from one job before I even got hired because I believe it had something to do with me reporting the stuff that was going on, you know, in Miami, you know, the alien stuff. But then I finally did land a new job. I started, you know, this place is a little bit further north here in Georgia. So it's, you know, I got to go about 45 miles to get there. And so that's just a long drive as it is. And they're long 12-hour shifts, you know, and that's 4 days a week. And then they wanted to do 5 days a week at 60 hours. So they wanted me to do 5 days a week, 60-hour shifts. But here's the catch. They started me on salary, right? And they said they wanted us to work an extra day, which is another 12 hours. And yet we're not going to get paid more, right? We're going to get paid the same, which is ridiculous. But other than that, it's like I didn't get paid for the work that I had done. Now I am owed, I would say, almost $2,000. No one's paying me. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this company, but I'm basically doing electronics. It's, you're taking electronics and you're putting it together. It's like you're soldering, it's assembly, and they're producing these components. And they have these 12-hour shifts. And I was doing 4 days a week. Then they wanted to do 5 days a week and not pay anymore, but you were able to produce more work, you know, pumping out more electronic components, you know, making more material for the company. So they're able to sell these things once the soldering is done and the assembly is done, because basically this is an assembly line kind of job where you're just doing electronic assembly. You know, you're assembling components, soldering components, reading diagrams. And I mean, it seemed like a good job. It was giving me a headache. I had to, get different glasses because it was really hard. So I ended up having these glasses, which are different. They do help. I still need to get actual prescription glasses because my eyes are very important and I can't just let them go all to hell. You know what I mean? So I gotta do something about that. But anyway, I ended up resigning from that job because, number one, they promised they were gonna pay me and I didn't get paid. And then they want me to work 5 days a week at 60 hours and not pay me a penny more because, whoa, you're on a fixed salary. You don't get paid more for working the other 12 hours. They just want us to produce more components, assemble more electronics. And then, they're going to have more finished product that they are going to ship out to these companies, it's aggravating. I finally find something, hey, that's good. But of course it's a little further north, like 45-mile drive. It's like, okay, so do I move further north and be closer to this job? And then I'm not going to be so far south down here in Georgia. I like to be as far south as I can because it gets warmer as you go further south. So that's it. And I don't know if this company is just trying to scam people out of money by hiring somebody and then they're promising that they're going to pay you and then they don't. And then people quit, and then more people come on board, and they do the same thing. So they got free labor? Is that what happens? They see how long they can stretch it out with people before they give in. But see, I don't go down without a fight. I've already filed a complaint with the Department of Labor, and my friend, who is an attorney, is going to help me get the money that I deserve because it's my money, and I need it now. You know what I mean? I worked for it. I'm entitled to have that money, so when I call about, when are they going to send me a paycheck? And then the owner of the company acts like a dumbass and starts having this attitude with me. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So that's how you treat your employees, your people on your payroll, the people that you do business with? I mean, if this person's treating their clients like shit, then I'm surprised that they're not out of business by now. It's almost like I just need to get out of Georgia if I want to find decent jobs. Where do I go? Maybe back up north. Things seem to have been better up north, and I've been going up there lately, and I've been looking for work up there because I might be going back up north and just living there again. And I'm going to have to give all this up. But what am I really giving up? The aggravation? All the things that have been stressing me out. I'm tired of it. I need to move on with my life. And I thought there was going to be good opportunities down here. But no, maybe I should have moved into Florida. Maybe I should have moved into South Florida. Maybe I should have moved somewhere in South Carolina. Maybe I should have moved towards Atlanta because Atlanta, Georgia might have better opportunities than this part of Georgia. But no, of course not. I was going where I had a promised opportunity. That's why I ended up moving down here, because there was a job promised to me. And there was a friend of mine who had connected me with this job. And this company was good in the beginning. Then they wanted me to go all the way hundreds of miles further south and not give me a pay raise because they thought I wasn't fast enough, because I was worried more about the quality of work than the quantity, because I take pride in what I do and I'm not going to do a half-assed job and rush through something, especially electrical work, because when you start installing electrical wires in a home, you want to make sure that it's done right, because that's a safety issue. If it is done in a hurry and you're not looking after your work, then of course things get inspected, then have to be redone. So if you don't do it right in the first time, it's going to have to get done over again and it's going to waste time. So I feel it's best to get it done right the first time. So it takes more time when you are trying your best to pay attention to the smallest details and make sure everything is done exactly the way you feel it needs to be done for safety and for productivity, to make sure that you don't have to redo anything. So that's my situation. I will never work for a company that I don't believe in. If I feel like they are shady, if I feel like they are scamming people, then I want nothing to do with their business. I don't want their money because I feel like their money is tainted, is dirty. It's like, I don't want nothing to do with the company. But unfortunately, I've worked so hard for that money. And so later on, realizing that I don't like the way this company runs their business, because after a couple of meetings, there were some things discussed that made me wonder, what the hell what have I gotten myself into? What kind of company is this? Because they were worried more about their profits, their bottom line, than the employees working for them or the customers on the end, the electronics, consumer electronics ends, the end where you buy the final product after it's built, after all the soldering's done, all the testing, some things have to get repaired. There's things that the processes that are involved. You have people that are doing the little small circuitry. You got people doing the wiring. You got people doing the plastic molding, and it gets sent to the other department. And you got different companies involved. So you have this little community where you have one department that does this, one department that does that. You have the molding, the casings for the exterior of the electronics, and you got the PC boards. You've got the components. You've got the wires. You got all different things, and they all come together. But they are basically running what I believe is a sweatshop, because people are just there and they're not getting paid appropriately. They're promising you a good salary. You go on board, and then they're saying, well, you have to meet this quota. You got to do that. It's based on performance. You got to pump out so many different devices that, it's like you're constantly soldering, you're constantly putting together and assembling components. And this is how they treat you, They just don't have no respect for anybody. I'm back here and my allergies are bothering me. I don't know. I was up north and I shaved too. Look at this. I shaved. I was like, you know what? I need to find another job, and it's got to be a decent job. Should I darken my beard or should I just shave it off? And I started thinking about it. I was like, you know what? Just shave it off. Forget about it. Don't worry about it. Shave it. Maybe it's just, I'll have better luck. But that's my situation. If it's not the whole stalker thing, or, based on what I've been sharing about Miami Mall aliens or supposed aliens, then it's the whole job situation. It's very frustrating. So that's what's happening. And anyway, yeah, it was, I guess about, I don't even know how long ago it was, that footage there of me looking around for where a UFO has landed. That was probably about 2 weeks ago, just before I started my new job. And I just never had time to upload it because I was so busy, with the new job, driving, 45 miles there, 45 miles back. It was just a lot. And then I decided to take a trip to Florida because I got an email and also some comments. So whoever was sending me the comments decided to send me more details in an email with coordinates and everything. And it led me to a place where I have been before. Now, that kind of did raise a red flag in a way, because I'm like, wait a minute, I've been there. I wouldn't put the coordinates in this app on the website that you can go and get coordinates to tell you where it is. I'm like, are you kidding me? I swear I've been there. It looked like this place, and of course it was. And I'm like, well, I did record a video there one time where there was some kind of haunted, I think it was something that was haunted there. A tree or something was haunted, and people were talking about this tree, and I wanted to go see it. And I did a spirit box session. That was years ago. But in that area, someone's talking about it. A UFO landed. So is there a connection to what somebody was talking about as far as aliens and this tree? Could this have a connection? The tree, they say it was haunted, but could it have been something else? I don't know. It's a very mysterious world we live in. But that was what was happening. Okay, so I took a trip to Florida. And not only Florida, south part of Florida. And I wish I was able to, see my friend Omar as I went into Florida, because I wouldn't have mind to stop by and visit for a little bit. But I think he was way out in Key West, and I wasn't going all the way out to Key West. And that was just way too far south. But that's kind of how things have been going lately. And I got to stop walking around. I'm trying to get the habit where I keep the camera still as I can, propped up somewhere, because I feel like, I've read some of the comments and some of you guys were telling me how I'm getting dizzy. You're walking around too much with the camera, prop it up somewhere so it's not moving all the time. Stay still. And so I'm working on that. I'm trying to do that so I don't have to keep walking around. I feel like when I start walking around, it affects my speech. I feel like I have too many pauses in between words when I'm walking around. If I'm standing still, I guess maybe there's less distractions. I don't know. Maybe I'll just put this down here. I don't know. I don't know where. It's like I don't even know where to put the camera. I know somebody probably just well, just go shove it up your nose. All right, so I got to make something to eat. I've been busy with driving. I don't know. I just don't know how things are going to work out with me finding employment with anybody. I'm starting to have more trust issues with companies. One fires me before they hire me. Then a company doesn't pay me. Then they want me to work 12 hours overtime, 5 days a week, 5 12-hour shifts, assembling electronic components. And, you can smell the soldering and it gives you a headache. And you got this magnifying glass, and I got these glasses going on. You got the lights, and it just has that smell in there, and my head's pounding. I'm like, you know what? I'm not getting enough exercise. I'm standing at one kind of station doing, this shit, and I'm like, I'm getting tired of this, But hey, you know what? I got bills to pay. I gotta make money. So I was like, I'm just gonna stick this out as long as I can. If I have any kind of heart issue or any kind of other health thing that happens, an event that, scares, the daylights out of me, thinking, if I keep on this path of working in this company, that, it's going to lead to my demise because I'm going to have some kind of cardiac thing go on from not getting enough exercise or fresh air or daylight. Because the only kind of light I was getting was light from the lights that they shine, that you have, you got one of those lights at your workstation that you move around, and you got a magnifying glass, and you got a soldering station, you got these tubs of all kinds of components and parts, and you got different departments, and sometimes you're working here in the quality control where you're inspecting stuff, or you'll be in the assembly. But yeah, I don't appreciate being treated like shit at this company. So that's why I said, you know what? I don't believe in working for a company that lacks integrity. I have a lot of integrity. I'm a very honest and genuine businessman, and I don't believe in their tactics that they're using to gain more profits by making people work more but not paying them more, and then cutting corners. So basically making a cheaper product that people are gonna not be happy with when it doesn't last as long, to try to make more money. That's what I don't like. And so it's the principle. It comes down to that. You don't pay me. And there's other people that were complaining they weren't getting paid. And some people are quitting. Some people are like, well, they're sticking it out. I'm like, you know what? I had a conversation with one of the supervisors and told them my opinion. Then they told the owner of the company what I told them. And of course, things probably get changed in translation. So there's no telling how that came out from one end to the other. But for some reason, this owner had this attitudes, talking like he's in some mafia. I'm like, you want to talk to me like that? I'm like, you fucking idiot, because you're going to talk to me like that, huh? That's the kind of respect. But you know what? I was the better man. I didn't curse back at him. I didn't say anything mean, because in a circumstance like that, I would have been aggressive. I would have been confrontational. I'd be like, you know what? Get off the fucking phone and let's go meet about it. And then we'll have this conversation in person if you have the balls to do it. And that's me. That would have been what I would have told them. But you know what? It's like, you know what? I'm going to take the professional route. I'm just going to go ahead to the Department of Labor, the Georgia Department of Labor, and I'm going to file a claim. And then I have a friend who is an attorney. I'm like, you know what? File a claim. They're going to get fined. Finally, get me the money. And my attorney is going to make sure that it happens. You know what I mean? I just feel like more people need to speak up. I just don't have the time to work with people who are out there to take your money and run. Now, all this is supposed. In my opinion, I feel like this company is scamming people because they're not getting paid and they're making them work more hours until they can prove otherwise. there has been some complaints filed on them after me doing some research. So I'm not the only one who has been screwed by these people. There is numerous complaints. And there is one person saying this business is not going to last long. And here's the other thing. None of them really could speak. It's almost like the only one that could speak English was the owner. But everybody else that runs the company under them, there's a language barrier. Okay? They're from India. I'm not here to judge anybody, but when you hear about scammers, where are most of the scammers like doing their scams, right? Think about that. You think about it when you get these phone calls. So it makes me think, oh, well, what's happening here? You know, I'm not one to judge, but I just get the vibes being there. I'm getting this vibe. I'm like, the way the things are being operated and the language barrier. And I always feel like when somebody's hiring, you know, people that are coming overseas from India, you wonder how much they're getting paid from the company. The company's probably taking so many shortcuts that these guys, these poor people that are from India, they're probably barely getting paid to do anything because this company's so greedy that they're like, well, let's get people from India because we can underpay them. And they won't, you know, like they're the ones that I feel are disrespectful to other people from other parts of the world. And they make them look bad. Even though there's a lot of scammers out there that are coincidentally, you know, from India, doesn't mean that everybody from India is a scammer. But unfortunately, when you start to see a lot of people from India working in a place, you start wondering, you know, the company itself, you know, why they cut so many corners? These people from India are probably barely getting paid. They're probably getting paid half or a third of what everybody else gets paid. But apparently nobody's getting paid anything because people complain about not getting any money. What are you going to do, huh? Aggravating as it is. But yeah, I don't like to put any companies on blast, but that's just how people operate. And they were trying to get me to sign this NDA, and I'm like, and a no compete thing. I'm like, are you kidding me? So you want me to sign an NDA? I understand an NDA, but I was reading over the details of that, and to me, it was getting a little too complicated. I had to have my friend who's an attorney look over that and the no compete clause. They had a no compete thing. They want me to fill that out. I'm like, we got to look at all this stuff. I want to make sure that I'm filling out stuff that's not going to limit my opportunities when I find other work if this doesn't work out, you know. So I didn't sign anything. I figured, let me just let this play out for the first 30 days. And if I don't like it, then I'm out of there. You know what I mean? Then I don't have to sign anything. I don't have to worry about, you know, limitations of other opportunities. So that's what I decided to do, is wait it out. I even negotiated some terms in the non-compete because, you know, I'm into electrical repair and components and all that and doing, you know, just even electrical work, electronics. And so I didn't want to limit my opportunities if things didn't work out. So, you know, those are things you got to be careful about, is the no compete, you know, contracts that you sign. I believe they're going to be putting themselves out of business by not respecting the people that work for them and taking, you know, cutting corners and not, you know, thinking about the quality of the products so that the consumers get ripped off and pay more but get less of a product. That's kind of how things are going in this manufacturing facility where they manufacture electronic devices. I mean, yeah, I get headaches. Everybody probably gets headaches there from soldering and everything. That's just the way it goes. But I thought I'd keep you in a loop of what's happening. It's been stressful. I have some more content I want to share. I got things I want to do. I want to investigate one of these places that people claim is haunted. So I'll be going out again. So I did deliver content of me exploring a place that was supposedly an area that aliens have landed. So I'm not, I'm not making false promises here. So I will be on a road trip again because I am done right now with these companies. I'm starving. But anyway, stay safe, everybody. You're all amazing. And I thank you so much for being here, taking the time to watch the content, taking the time to smash the like button and share this on social media and on other YouTube channels. And remember, turn on that bell notification, set it to always so you get notified when there's new uploads, because there's going to be a lot of new content here. But anyway, I got to go. I got to shut all this down, and they need to be off to save the energy bill here because electric is way up there. But take care, guys.